Hello Minecraftians, this is Patchy or Fuzzy, whichever you prefer, back again. I was really rushed in the last episode and I missed a few things. I missed connecting the ME computer to the system, and I've also switched out these for covered cables because I like them better. They look more like real cables. So all you have to do is connect it with a regular cable. You don't need an import or an export, just a regular cable. And then in here you'll see it shows all the components of the computer. And in here I'll show you the crafting recipes I've done. I've done a few, quite a few. First thing I taught it was the blank pattern, just so I could make more of those. And then I did the rest of these. I'm gonna leave this open for crafting the blocks pack, because once I know I'm gonna need it later on. Let's just leave it at that. Taught her how to craft most of the ME stuff, and these are all the block storages. These are added by another mod. What are they? Let's double check that. Kilo. Oh. The extra cells mod adds a bunch, and the extra cells also adds the fluid stuff, which I haven't added in yet. And I wanted to show you this. While we're here, I might as well show this. Let's do that. You can just shift right click, and I put it in an annotation in the last one. I just finished publishing that one. And then I started recording this one. So you can do that. And get a bunch this way. Let's just finish these up. Was that all of them? No, I'm one short. Oh well. Yeah, I'll put these here. It doesn't matter where they are, I just like having them there. And there's that. And the last one. There we go. Perfect. Oh, what I've also crafted is this, a crafting monitor. If you tell it... Oh, I also didn't show you that it shows like a craft here for when you have the pattern in here but no actual items. Like this chest, if I take it out, it'll switch to craft because it has one chest in it by default, but it also knows how to craft it. And that's pretty useful. Oh yeah, I made this crafting monitor. What you can do, it's a really essential piece of kit. I will just crafting monitor. It's much easier to make than the crafting terminal. And all you use it for is, let's say, if we started crafting something complicated. I want to do something real complicated though. Let's do 64 of these. And you can see it making the 64. The number in the top here goes down as it makes them. And if it runs out of materials, like glass it'll probably run out of, then it'll say missing material glass. It does these one at a time though. And any crafting it needs to do at any step, like the Certus quartz it has to craft sometimes because it doesn't know, or I ran out of the Certus quartz, but it knows how to make it out of the dust. I put that in here. Anything it knows how to craft, it can craft, and it doesn't matter how many steps there are. I'm just gonna cancel this. You can shift left click, just as it says in the bottom tooltip there, to cancel. And in preparation, I've had it make three 4K storages, because now we are going to go down. I've already laid out the wire. We're going to add some import buses, and they don't have to connect directly to the cable, they can connect to each other just fine. Also, I found that you actually need one crucible per smeltery, but that's working now. I'm not sure why that one is taking longer. But anyways, and then we just do this. I'm shift clicking to make sure it goes to the right direction, but otherwise you can switch this around. And that should import. You can change it to move stacks or single items. You can also modify how often it works, or how it works with redstone signals. There's a lot of options there, and I won't get into them right now. I'll get into them later if I need to. I'm just going to change these all to move the stacks. And let's see how we're doing on storage. The two 1Ks are full. But now we have all of our stuff in here. Let's look for block. Yeah. Everything. All of our stuff. So we'll never have to worry about overflows anymore. I also added a roof on this, and I changed that material to bricks. I'm not sure if I like how it looks yet, but I think I am going to use colored bricks for all the sides, and just these border stone pillars, and then the border stone alternate floors. I like how that's looking so far. I think I might do the bottom level blue. But moving on, now that we've got all this stuff being sucked up. In fact, this is fully automated now. Oh yes, I forgot, I have to show this again. I've got it disabled now, just not taking out any of this stuff, because I do like having the sand build up so then I can just go take it and smelt it into glass. So what I did is I have the top one takes in cobble from the back because it's pointing around the other way. How did that happen? How did that become moss stone? Oh, is that... I need to test this. I have no cobble. I think witch water might turn cobble into moss stone. That is very interesting. Or not witch water, mycelium. We're going to come back later and check on those. So I've got these. It takes cobble in from the back, outputs sand out the side to that thing behind it. I'm going to reorganize this later, but right now I have 6,000 nether quartz as stated in the last video, so I don't need any more. I may not ever need more. And this stuff was outputting any extra dust, it will go to the system, and then all of the sand would go into here, and the soul sand would get piped out the bottom. And I made way too much mycelium because now all of the pipes are full of witch water, and this tank is full of witch water. But it's kind of useful if I need it. Having the tank there as a buffer is kind of nice. And what to do next? I think I am going to build another level and start with the processing, teaching the computer how to smelt and pulverize stuff. That'll be very useful. So I will be back once I have all that ready to go. Alright, I'm back. I'm just going to show you the first one of these. Yeah, I'll keep it here. And what it's going to do is I will put the terrain smasher here, have it output the top. Oh. Yep, that side. And then we're going to have a basic import bus there. This terrain smasher is crafted this way with an Invar pickaxe, piston, and a pneumatic servo. I haven't shown you this Invar axe, but it's self-explanatory. You guys could have figured that out. No problem. And then what we're gonna do is, or what the terrain smasher does is it just smashes a block as if it were like punching it. And then we're gonna put the autonomous activator down here. Gonna rotate it until it's like that. And we're gonna switch this for an ME interface. We're gonna put that there. And we're gonna say accept from all sides. That one's good. That one was that side, then these, nope. This one's gone. So we don't need that. And this one? No. That one we need, this one we don't need. Alright. So now we want to put what would normally be an invalid crafting recipe in here. And this will tell the system that if it wants to craft 4 clay blocks, 4 clay balls to put 1 clay block into this inventory, you can switch this so it knows exactly which inventory it's working on if you have a bunch around it. But by default, like if you only have 1 inventory next to it, it'll pick that up no matter what side it's on, without it being set to anything in particular. So now let's go and request clay. Let's request 64 and watch it work. Oh, I have all the clay on me, that's why. Oh, you can hear it. Come on. We heard it working. Did it pick up any clay? No, it did not. This is a problem with the terrain smasher then. What we're gonna have to do is put down this here. It'll fill up this chest. And then we will move this. We don't need this one anymore. Just move this to be like that, and then it'll suck that stuff out one at a time. Alright. I might have just needed a precision import bus instead to pull out by 4 at a time instead of 1 at a time. That's probably what I could have done. But anyways, that's working now. So now we have clay coming in, the 64 that I requested. You can middle click on this to bring up the crafting request. And we're going to do something similar to that for everything else. So now we want to do, we have enough clay. We can do things like la 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 la. Once this brick is done, there we go. We'll make a pattern that says 1 clay equals 1 brick. And then we will set up a furnace with probably import buses on the bottom and ME interfaces on the top and a furnace in the middle. And we'll have the furnace take input from the top and output to the bottom. And then you can put up to 9 recipes each for that. But I'm going to show you a cool way of doing that so that you can add more furnaces in so it goes faster. But that'll be for next time. Yeah, because I want to make this episode smaller because I have work tomorrow and can't edit much. Alright, so see you next time, guys. Back briefly, just update on this. It wasn't the mycelium that changed it, it's because there was, well, for a while I was setting things up, there was a barrel just sitting here full of water before I added the mycelium. And that changed the cobble into mossy stone. It's interesting, I did not know that happened, but now we do. Cheers.